Okay, so a quick warm-up today. We're going to do interval training. So in interval training, I'm actually going to mix it up a bit. We're going to do 12 exercises to the clock. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds. I'm going to give you 40. 40 seconds for the exercises and 20 seconds for the rest. Possibly might change that. Okay, but we're going to do 2 core exercises for your core strength. We're going to do 2 2 balancing exercises. Explain each one, and I'll also give you an easy version and a harder version as well if you want to try them. So let's get you warmed up. First of all, just follow along, guys. Let me try and find out. Yeah, go on, we'll go with that one. Jogging up the spot. Well done, guys. Very good. Right, well, let's find our timer. I'll just get this up and we'll get straight into it. So get yourself a drink if you haven't got one, guys. Make sure you've got a drink. Okay. So 12 rounds. We'll do 30 seconds work and 40 seconds rest. That's quite a long rest time, but it's so I can explain each exercise as we go. So I'm just going to tilt this down. Can you all see the timer okay? See the 40 seconds there, yeah? Awesome. So that's when it's yellow, when it's green, we're working. When it's red, we're resting. So you don't have to do anything while it's red. You can just get your breath back, have a drink, and watch me explain the next exercise, okay? So we'll start with a leg one. And what we're going to try and do is squats on 2 feet. But if you want this, so we'll do an easy version and a harder version. So easy version on 2 feet is just to drop your bottom down a little bit. We make sure your knees don't go in front of your feet. You're almost sticking your bottom out to get the squat. So they're nice and in line. Your back's nice and straight. Just down and up for the 40 seconds. For those of you that want to do a harder level, then you can try this on 1 foot. And what I'll do about halfway, if you're doing 1 foot, I'll say change feet. Okay, so we'll try and do 20 seconds on each foot if you want to do the harder version. So easy version on 2 feet, harder version on 1 foot. Okay, so I'll skip this. This is our okay. 5 seconds and into our squats. And into our squats. Just down and up. Or you can do one leg at a time. If you're doing one leg, I would hold on to something if you can, or it would be a bit harder to balance. Okay, and if you're doing one leg, now time to swap feet. Before we start. So we're going to do a balancing exercise. What we're going to try and do, standing on 1 foot, try and get into a spiral position or a landing position, depending on how high you can get your legs. So easy version to landing, back to here, to landing. The harder version from here, all the way up to full spiral and back again, okay? 15 seconds on each foot, okay? Wait for the 3 beeps and we'll give it a go, 30 seconds. So 1 foot to landing or spiral, back to 1 foot, landing or spiral. All the time, just trying to stay on 1 foot. I'll tell you when to change feet. And swap feet. Try the other one. Hard to balance you. You engage your core, use your tummy muscles to keep it still. And relax. Okay, we'll go back to another leg one. So on this leg one, we're going to do some ankle raises. So this is up and down on your ankles. On 2 feet, hold on to something for balance. That's the easy version. If you want the harder version, we'll try this on 1 foot. So coming up onto your tiptoes on 1 foot and back down. So 15 seconds on each foot. Wait for those beeps and we'll all start together. So 2 foot easy, 1 foot is the harder version. I'll tell you when to swap feet. Up onto 1. And down again, and if you can do it without holding on, very good for your balance. Or you can do 2. So if you're doing 1 foot, change feet now. Pull the other leg up. All the way up, all the way down. Try and do it as nice and slowly. You don't have to do this quickly. Good, and relax. Right, let's move to a jumping exercise. So we're going to do this one for the jumping exercise. Jump half a turn, jump half a turn, jump half a turn, jump half a turn. Okay, now you can alternate directions or you can go just your normal way of rotating. For those of you that want to do a slightly harder version, you could go for all the way round. All the way round, and those of you that don't do the jumping, well, you can just do your stepping, opening those hips around the circle. Okay, so we're either stepping or jumping half or jumping whole. So we're off. Make sure it is hard. Pause that. I'll start again from where we were at. So we were just going into a balance exercise. So this is on 1 foot, drawing a circle with your free leg from forward, out to the side, and then behind you. So we're going to do 15 seconds on each foot, okay? Then this, again, engage your core, keep your tummy muscles strong. If you want a harder challenge, you would try and lift that leg up even higher. You get it anywhere near hip height, much harder to balance. Okay, so wait for those beeps and we'll all go together. So all the way around to the back And back again to the front. Try not to wobble like me. Keep your balance. Good. Move that leg nice and slowly. So, well done. Change feet. Okay, good. We'll go for another leg exercise. This one's going to be what we call speed skaters. So we're going to have a bend on one leg, change feet, and a bend on the other leg. Okay, so it's bend and a bend, and a bend, and a bend. You go nice and low, and if you want to up it a bit more so it's harder level, you can do a jump into it so it's more like a landing as you do the squat. Okay, so wait for the beep, keep your breath, guys. You're gonna get worn out. There we go. So step and bend or jump and bend. Nice and low. See if you can get somewhere near to touching the floor. One of the best exercises you can do for skating, single leg squat, alternating like this. Feels just like skating. Okay, let's do core. So we're going to try and do a plank. So you can do this plank on your knees and elbows, like this, or on your tiptoes and elbows, or tiptoes and hands. If it's really, really tricky, you can do it against the wall, like this, hands and toes. Just make sure your feet aren't going to slip away from you. Okay, so this is real low level against the wall or onto the floor. Here come the beats, and we're off. We'll try and hold it for 30 seconds. So we make sure your bottom's not too low or too high. It's nicely placed in the middle, a nice straight line in your body. Try and keep it up there. Just come out. If you can't hold it, don't worry. Just come out of it and relax. And relax. Good. And if you stay there, we'll do our second core exercise as well. And we're going to try and do a sideways plank. So this is leaning on your elbow. Use your other hand for balance on the floor. You can push your hips up from there. One side. And after 15 seconds, we'll roll over and we'll do the other side as well. Okay, so 15 seconds on each side. This one is much harder. Okay, so just take your time. If you need to come out of it, then do. Don't push yourself too much. And we push our hips off the floor. It's much harder. This one's really hard to hold, really hard to balance. Try and see if you can get to 15. Good, and roll over to the other side. Brilliant. Right, up on your feet, guys. We'll do another jumping one. So for this one, we're going to do a jump and then our in air position. So crossing in the air and trying to land on one foot. So just doing jump, land, jump, land, jump, land. Okay. If you're not a jumper, jump this. Just practice coming in position from here to here. Or you can jump it. Hold, hold, hold. Or just from here, here. rest. Okay, what have we missed? Oh, we've got another leg one to do. Okay, leg one. Well, let's do tiptoe walks, but we're going to do it on a slightly bent knee. So this is walking on your tiptoes, slightly crouched down like this. Now you can make this easier by coming up a little bit and just walking normally on your tiptoes, or you can make it much harder and try and get down a little bit further. Okay, so walking on your tiptoes. Wait for those beeps. 3, 2, 1. Walking on the tiptoes. Try not to fall over. You can come up a bit if it's too hard. You can do it up here, fully upright if you want to. It's much easier. Come down a little bit. Little bounce helps me to change feet. Well done. Some of you get right down there. That was brilliant. Well done. In that position. Okay, last one then. Let's do, what should we do? Let's do, have a go at this one, guys. We're going to do our hips opening and closing. So open hip, turning your foot out to one side, jump and cross. Okay, so for me, I jump the normal way. It's my right foot that I open, right hip opens, and I jump to my crossed air position. Hip, cross. If you jump the other way, it will be your left foot. Jump to cross. Left, jump to cross. Right, jump to cross. Right, jump to cross. Right, jump to cross. Okay, and when you get the hang of it, you can jump between the two. You can actually just practice open, close, open, close. If you don't jump it, don't worry. Just rotating, opening those hips. It's all going to help. There. You all try spread. Can you all spread? So you can get your feet out. Open hips. We'll take this as a balance one. See if you can get your feet in line and hold your balance. Whoa. That's good. Well done. Okay, workout's over, guys. Well done. You did an awesome job. Get yourself a drink. You deserve it. That's brilliant. And we're going to play around at the end with a couple of arms to show you. Just some fun coordination work with your arms and ways you can turn an arm movement into a whole body movement. Okay, so we're just going to have a little play around with the arms. And then bolero at the end. Which we were doing it faster than they do on the video, so it's follow along then for you guys. Okay, just to play with arms. So very basic, really basic arms. We're going to do 3. We're going to do middle, so you can follow along with this. Middle, over, so that's over my head, and under is down past my waist and out. Okay, so we've got middle, over, and under. Very simple. But we're going to challenge your coordination with this. So doing 2 things at once. Who can tap their head and rub their belly at the same time? Tricky. And if you can do it, change hands. Let's try and do it the other way around. Yeah, it takes some practice. But that's quite often when coach says, do this arm, you're thinking about your feet. It's hard to do the arm as well. So coordination is trying to do the arms and the legs at the same time. So your legs, your feet are going to do this step. Just cross rolls. So cross in front, cross in front, cross in front, cross in front, cross rolls. Yeah, one in front of the other. So that's quite simple. They're not going to change. But every time you step, we're going to do those arms. So it's going to go middle, middle, over, over, under, under with every step. So you'll have, I'll show you first, step, cross, and middle, middle, then over, over, then up, and over, and over, and step for every one arm. I am doing, as I step on my right foot, it's my right arm that moves, so it's the same arm and leg. As I step on my left foot, it's my left arm that moves. Okay, so let's try it all at the same time. See if you can do this all together. Come and do. I'm doing right foot crossing in front first. So right foot cross, middle, left foot cross, middle, right foot cross, over, left foot cross, over, right foot cross, under, left foot cross, under, and repeat. Middle left, over right, over left, under right, under left. Okay, coordination. Okay, so it's doing two things at once. It's not supposed to be easy, but it's good to practice this sort of thing to get you multitasking. Let's do it one more time. We'll do it a little bit quicker this time. So I'm stepping right foot in front, right arm. We goes middle right, middle left, over right, over left, under right, under left, and middle, middle, and over, over, and under, under. Got it. Okay, good. Let's, for anyone that's finding it too tricky, just keep doing it as it is. It's good to, if anyone's finding it easy, what I get you to do is try and watch your hand as it does the movement. So if it's going over, you're looking over. If it's going middle, you're looking out to the middle. And if it's going under, we're looking down and out to the side, okay? And this is how you can turn a simple arm movement into a whole body movement. So here I just have the arm. It's not that much to look at. As soon as I watch my hand, now my whole body's involved, okay? So we'll try it all together while looking at your hand. If you want to, right foot crosses in front, watch your hand, middle, left, middle. Now you might find you lose balance a bit here, that's fine. Head up and over, head up and over, and under right, and under left, and middle right, and middle left, and over right, and over left, and under right, and under left. All the time watching your hands. So you should have felt a bit more fluid that time, as long as your coordination was good. If not, it's not going to feel very fluid. But so great exercise to practice working those two things together and turning an arm into a body movement and getting it to feel a bit more like it should on the ice. All right, so really good work, guys. Right, we've got time for Bolero. So let's get ready to go. And we've finished it now, so we're going to go all the way through. It's much, much slower than what we were doing it, guys. So this should be a little bit easier today. Now we know. Let me just find the music.